Hi, I'm Sally Ann McCormack, clinical psychologist and founder of ANTSA For Professionals. Just thought I'd give you a bit of an onboarding process here to show you both how it works and also a little bit about how I use it, because I think that that's important too in the beginning. So the very first thing that I would do is to click on sign up. So you go to that. For this example, we're going to start with solo practitioner. There is a different process with clinic owner because a clinic owner may not necessarily be a mental health practitioner, so it's a different email address. But we'll just do the simple one first. So solo practitioner, I'm going to give it an email. So I will start the process here. And I would look through the terms and conditions and the privacy policy, of course, which I've already done, and then sign up. So I've already got my John practitioner. So I'm going to log in as him, which is what you would do on subsequent times that you use it. And then I'm going to log in. And this is what you'll see. The OTP verification. So you're worried about security. Here, I'll just put this in now. And here we have the landing page, the dashboard of ANTSA for Professionals. So this is done on a computer only at this stage, and this is what the practitioner sees. So every time that you log in, you will see a different quote here. This one is, I'm in shape, round is a shape. There's lots of other ones. Every time you log in, there's a different one. So just for inspirations, because that's what I like myself. On the page, you can also see down here how many active clients that you might have signed up. We've just got the one at the moment, and what assigned tasks we have there. So to start with, I would then go to the clients page. I click on create a new client if I'm inviting someone else to start in my practice. So I might have Bob. We're not actually going to do this. I'm just going to show you how to do it. Bob Smith, email address, whatever it is, hi@yotmail.com. I would put in the phone number and I would send an invitation. I do this in session with the client there. Send the invitation. I would then view this client's profile. Bob Smith, I'm not actually doing Bob Smith because his, as you can see, his is pending. I'm not actually going to do that. We've already got Lisa here. So Lisa is in session with me now. She's already accepted while I'm sitting here. She's going through from her end, which is, it's just asking her to put in, name, information, that kind of thing, the details. And so while she's doing that, we are talking about homework tasks and what she needs to do. So it might be the daily mood to start with. So that is on this screen here. So we'll just give you a quick look at what she might see on her screen when she's finally logged in. There's a mood tracking section, so she can track her mood. So it says, good evening, Lisa. How are you feeling? She can track her mood. She might say, I'm feeling worried. What was she doing? She might have been meditating. She can put in something there if she wants to. She might say, I am trying to sleep, for example, and she can update that. And then she gets, as do I, a little bit of a graph of how she's been feeling. So she gets to also see her tracking. But when we come back to what the practitioner sees, I can also see immediately how she's going as well. So I get the same feedback there. I can see down the bottom that, today she's been a bit overwhelmed. I can click on it and I get her information as well about what she's put in. So I can oversee everything that she does. So going back, while the client is still filling in their information, I'll assign a homework task. So for example, I'll press assign. I might decide that, I'll come up with a behavioral strategy. I've got 4 categories. So there's activities, questionnaires, journals, and videos. AI is something we'll talk about in a minute. But activities, for example, I might choose any of these categories. These are pre-filled in homework tasks. They might, some are miscellaneous. I'll go to the general task. They're the ones that I've put in there, buy a fish or, any of the other tasks that there might be. I can click on it, tells me what it says. Fish are very calming. These are the, as I said, these are the pre-entered ones that I've done. Or I might have my own miscellaneous one that I'm going to fill in. We'll show you that later. But for now, we might give a behavioural task to Lisa. I might say, you know what, I want you to concentrate on your breathing. This is what it's about. And so I'm going to drag that over into the homework tasks section. Now it gives me options. I can assign it once, or I can assign it as a customized place. I can decide on the days, the weeks. If I press on weeks, I might choose, you know, particular days, whatever I want to do. But just for the simplicity of this, I'm just going to make days. We decide how many times, you know, we do it, or it might be the end date that I might give and the times that the client gets a reminder. It could be 4:04 p.m. perhaps, doesn't really matter what the time is. And then I'm just going to add that to their tasks. Now they will get the notifications as they go. So one of my pieces of advice from having used this for a while now is don't overload them with activities. I've done that and they just end up ignoring them all. So you just want to give them, you know, a few that are relevant, and you know, so maybe one or two. They don't always, you know, all of us, like, we don't always do everything that you know, we're required to do. So make sure that you don't give too many. In the beginning, I think I gave like 5 or 6 to a client on the one day, and they just were just getting bombarded by notifications. So yeah, so we agree to it in the session, and by the time at the very end, once I've decided on what homework task or tasks that I give them, I'll press assign, and then they have been given that activity. So when they go over to their mobile now, they can look across the bottom. So I may as well go through this now. So on the client, on their mobile phones, we have on the left, that's the landing page, of course, that's for tracking their mood. They've got one homework task sitting here. The second button along the top, along the bottom, is today's tasks. So and you saw that we just gave John the concentrate on breathing, so he can click on that. The third section is his progress. So if he's been given journal articles, for example, and we'll see some of those afterwards. So journals, sorry, not journal articles, journals to fill in. He can actually look at his journals and reread them from previous ones that he's filled in. The fourth button here is psychoeducation. So for example, you know, there's just the evidence-based psychoeducation here, which, you know, we have permission to refer to. So for example, if the client wanted to know a little bit more about anxiety, there's videos. The red is videos and the green is an article. So these are, you know, things that they can click on and have a look at, and it, you know, the links are there and it comes up with the videos. So that's a psychoeducation. And the final button here is messaging. So we have encrypted messaging here. So, you know, they can get the message here. So John, the practitioner, has just sent a message saying, "Hi, Lisa," and Lisa can add back and say, "Hi, John, how are you?" and send that on without grammatical errors. And it says to them straight away, messages are not monitored and will not be read until the next session. And it gives some phone numbers if they need any help. So that's kind of a safety little thing that's in there. Every single time they write back, they will receive that response. So the next part of this is the things that the practitioner can see. So going back to the practitioner app. So we have like the general information that Lisa will have filled in, medical information, anything that you find relevant. If you don't want her to fill it in, then that's fine. There's only some parts that are essential. Now with the homework part of the tab, there is the, you know, the list of things she's done. If some have expired, that's fine. Remove tasks if we've removed them. We can see here in our practice person with Lisa, she skipped going to the gym, which is, you know, that's what she chose to do. Some of the people in these homework tasks, by the way, some of my clients, like going for a walk or any of those activities, they send me photos through the app as well. So I can't tell you how many dog photos and how many flower photos I've seen across time with the going for a walk ones. Now, you as a practitioner, this is how I use it. Every morning, most of my clients are telehealth, so every morning I log in to my first screen, which is my like Zoom or whatever it is that you use. I use CoView. And then I have a second screen and I log into ANTSA every single morning. And the first thing I do is I check the notifications. So I'll have a look. So Lisa, that's, you know, it's just reminding me that she sent a message, so it's red, but this one's non-distressing. But if there are assigned homework tasks or messages that are like severe distress, we have an AI kind of read through that will notify me. So if I see something that is, you know, severe distress or moderate distress, I actually might click on it before I start sessions, but I don't have to. They're notified, they're told that I won't. I can clear the notifications if I want to, if they're annoying me, but it's just like any social media there. All right, so that's the, you know, that's that part. Insight, so it gives me, you know, the moods here. We already showed you that before. If I've given the DAS, so these, we have the questionnaires here, which we'll have a look at it in a minute, but these are graphed. There's only a few that are graphed. So that's how we start. Homework. Now, I can either choose, as I said, to do the homework that is written here. So under activities, the journals, as I said before, are things like, so let's go with miscellaneous. It might be brainstorm, so brainstorm some options. It could be, you make your own up if you want. Dear diary, some people really like just having something straightforward like that, a gratitude journal. So these are the ones that I've chosen in here. I'm going to keep adding to the homework section, and you know, any feedback from you guys would be great. But basically, if I wanted to create my own tasks, so here would be a list of them if I'd already done them, but I can start a new homework task in any section I want. So start with new homework. It might be an activity journal or a video. I actually do, here's a little tip for you. Every week I video myself, maybe on a Friday after work or a Saturday morning, it depends. And I would say that I do maybe one video, but I often do 4 videos. So 30 seconds to 2 minutes. I just video myself in my office, and I might just give some, you know, a little tip on, you know, some great strategies that I've heard about, or even just, you know, don't forget to do your breathing, or, you know, read a book, or, you know, whatever it is that, that I feel like doing. And I bulk assign. So I assign that activity to all of my clients, or all of my active clients at that time. Now that really helps with, you know, they feel connected. That's the feedback that we're getting, is that they feel connected, that every Monday, my clients, every Monday morning at 11, they get a video from me, just, you know, just a check-in. So if I haven't seen them, you know, I don't see everyone every week. So those that I may not have seen for a while just kind of still feel connected to me, and it might be a prompt for them to remember to think about their thinking or whatever it is that is going on in their lives. But in addition to that, those that haven't rebooked perhaps might just think, oh, got to rebook with Sally Ann, got to get around to that. So it's a really positive thing, but the clients really feel connected when you do that. So that's a little tip. That's what I do. So you put it under any topic, any heading that you like. So if I'm going to make just again, simplicity, I'll do an activity. I'll put it under, like, I don't know, mindfulness. You can make up your own topics if you like. Give it a title, whatever that might be. Give it a description, the times that I'll probably generally do it, and then at the bottom I will press save. So I'm not going to add a homework task now. And as I said, I can bulk assign if I like. So I think that after that, so I mentioned that there are in the homework, there's journals, there's questionnaires. Currently we have the DAS 21 and 42. They are graphed because they're a little bit more complicated, as you know, to score. The others aren't. You can add your own topic and you can add your own questionnaires in there if you like, but they're not graphed automatically. So they're not scored automatically. You'll have to do that. But the DAS and the 21 and 42 are. Journals, as I said, videos. And now we come to the AI. So we have Jamie. So let's go back to Lisa. Now Lisa already has completed Jamie, but we'll assign Jamie anyway to her just to show you. So that is in the AI section. Now Jamie is a chatbot. It's a therapist chatbot. It is totally contained within our application. It is not out there on the internet. It is fully trained within our application, our platform, and it is the world first, and this is the exciting part about this. It is a world first that it is overseen or able to be overseen by the client's own practitioner. There is none in the world that we can find anywhere that is actually overseen. And we do that because, people are wondering about, the like what could happen within these. Well, I can read everything that my clients do in there, and so I'll show you in a second. So we go to the chatbot section. There is Jamie. Jamie's a cutting edge AI chatbot. So I'm going to assign Jamie to Lisa. I'm going to assign it, I'll just assign it once, just for practice now. It's a therapist model. It's the only option we have at this point in time, and I'm going to add. And don't forget to click assign, like I nearly did. There we go. All right. So now it's been assigned to Lisa. So now I'm going to move over to Lisa's phone. I'm going to move out of there. Now Lisa's task here is Jamie. Now Jamie comes up with that information that says, cutting edge tool. Go to Jamie. And here's Jamie over here. So that's the messaging we set on the right-hand side. So click on Jamie. Up the top of the page, which is really important, it says, reminder, you are chatting with an AI, not a real person. Conversations may be reviewed by your practitioner. So Jamie introduces itself, and the Lisa might say, I am having trouble with my partner. She is not listening to me. And then Jamie comes up with generally empathy. So I'm sorry to hear that you're experiencing difficulties with your partner. It sounds like communication might be a challenge. Can you tell me more about it? She is drinking too much and ignoring me. And then Jamie comes up with some suggestions. I hear you. So the empathy, understanding, reflection, it must be really tough to feel ignored. Have you tried talking to your partner? So it gives lots of strategies. So, sometimes there are tips. It depends on what the issue is that the client's dealing with. But some of the feedback here from my point of view is my clients having presented to me over the years with, one particular topic. So let's just say they've come for workplace issues. When they're talking to Jamie in the privacy of their own homes at some, ungodly hour overnight, they're actually coming back with things like, having trouble with my partner, or, another fight, or can't, the kids don't listen to me, or whatever it is that they're saying. So topics that they're not discussing with me in session. So for example, a workplace issue, I might be seeing the client for, a year, a couple of years regularly. And every session, because I'm chatty, I might say, how's the family? Yeah, great. Everyone's good. Yes, doing well. So, great. Okay. So that's the end of the topic from me, after knowing the client for a long time. But all of a sudden they're talking to Jamie and they're saying things like, a fight, or can't get the kids to, do the dishes, or whatever it might be that they're saying. And all of a sudden, there's this whole opening for a whole new set of questions and statements. One client a little while ago, I'd never discussed I statements with them because it wasn't really relevant in any of their sessions. And all of a sudden, there's these issues at home, and you realize that Jamie's said, how about you use I statements? It's one of the 5 strategies on this particular day that Jamie offered. And you just kind of go, I didn't even know that was an issue. So it opens up a whole new area of communication. Others have commented on those that, may not have anyone else to talk to in their lives, so maybe lonely issues, or, just feeling, stuck at home, or whatever it might be there. So there, and men have been an interesting area for me too so far in my limited experience. It's only been, I've only been using it for a while, because especially the younger ones that are just, you say, how are you? Yeah, good. And I'm not getting a lot of information out of them at times, some of them, but they're talking to Jamie and they're giving Jamie information about what's going on in their lives, or, asking questions perhaps, which then prompts me to have these statements saying, I noticed that you spoke to Jamie about X. Let's have a chat about it. Is that a problem for you? Is that something that you want to talk a little bit more about? So it's been an absolute eye-opener. And the great thing about this too with the ANTSA platform, which includes Jamie as one of the areas, but probably the, in my view, the most exciting area, because it's AI. Like, we have artificial intelligence that we're using. And I know that our field, mental health practitioners, tend to fear AI, and and understandably so. But this is overseen. We aren't just letting people go wild with it. There are other platforms, apps that can do that. This one's overseen by us. So we choose whether they have it or not. And actually there are some clients that I just don't think it's relevant for, or I don't think that it would be helpful for. I had a client the other day that said, I had this issue, this home issue. I thought about talking to Jamie about it. This person's a heavy user of Jamie, but said, you know what, Jamie was going to give me a logical answer and tell me, show me empathy, tell me, how I can change the situation. And this person said, I didn't really want to change it. I just wanted to vent. So actually contacted me and said, send me a journal. So just wanted to write in there. So, some people just don't want or need Jamie, or at least not at any particular time. And that's our option. Like, we get to decide whether it's relevant, whether it's not, whether they're going to use it well. And as I said, every single page, every single time they use it, they can see that it will be overseen by me. So anything that they put in there, I know that we get concerned about, what sorts of things can it say. We get to see it. And when you do see it, so when you go into Jamie and have a look here, which I've already done because I've already had a play around with it, I get to read, so Jamie here says, I drink as soon as I get home from work. So this person, Lisa, is, having a few too many drinks. I get to read through the comments that Jamie says, the responses, again, empathy and strategies and, what are your triggers, that kind of thing. But I get to decide, because I'm the one that's, training it for, clients. I get to decide whether it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If it's a thumbs down, which I don't want to practice here, but if it is a thumbs down, it then requires me to put in the option of, what is it that's actually, what would be a better response for Jamie to have. And that's how it goes. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, please reach out. We're very new and very excited about this. It is such an exciting time to be in the mental health field. It's exciting for us practitioners. It's also exciting for the clients as well. And we here at ANTSA have this unique position where we and you as users can give clients something that engages them between the sessions, not just during a session, not just that 1 hour once a week or once a fortnight, or however often they have it. This is something that keeps them engaged with you long term, like in between the sessions, and you feel engaged with them as well. They can message you and say that they need a new session or not. Or you get to read through. I love the mood tracking, because I have a quick look and just think, oh, John's not doing so well, or Bob's not doing so well. Let's bring him in a little bit earlier. He's got another appointment in 3 weeks. Let's bring him in earlier. And, Betty is doing pretty well, okay. Like, every single time I look at the mood tracker there, she's doing well. So she could get pushed out if I need that room on my in my books. And one more thing, again, just a reminder, do not overload them. None of us like the same strategies over and over again. So I only ever allocate until the end of the month, always, no matter what date it is in the month, for a client. And then we relook at it next session and just decide whether it's something that we keep or not. And as I said, don't bombard them. Don't let them get like 2 or 3 notifications every day, because they will ignore them. Some like it. I do have a few, but most don't. So, all right. Thank you very much for listening. I can't wait to hear your feedback. That's the most important part here at the moment. That's why it's free for you for 30 days if that's what you choose to do, because I really want your feedback, the good, the bad, and the ugly. What was easy? What was, what's the feedback from the clients? What's your feedback from it? What would you like to see added into it? At the moment, it is only for practitioners on the computer. It cannot be used on your phone. It won't work. And for obvious reasons, the clients can only use it on their phones. So love to hear your feedback. Thanks for listening.